Bogbodies, bodies preserved in peat for thousands of years, only to be hurled out by some unsuspecting peat cutter. Well, today I'm going to tell you a little bit about northern Lincolnshires. That's if you can hear me over all of the wind and all of the motorcycles that are out on this glorious day. And just look at the landscape, isn't it fantastic? This is the Isle of Axholme, one of the most fertile pieces of farmland in England. And this is the story of the Amcotts Woman, northern Lincolnshire's Bogbody. Unlike the one in the British Museum, this one is a little more lost. Few people know or speak about the Amcotts Woman, a Roman-era Bogbody who was found around 300 years ago right here on the Isle of Axholme and reburied, if the stories are true, in this very churchyard, somewhere lost to time. In the summer of 1747, a peat cutter named John Tate was digging turf in the bygone peat fields when his spade hit something strange, a leather shoe, complete with human foot. Tate panicked and bolted. News of the discovery soon reached local historian, Dr. George Stovin, who rode out into the moors to uncover the body himself. Naturally, in the modern day, he'd arrive by Corsa 1.2, the true historian's choice. Buried 7 feet beneath the peat was the body of a woman, and according to Stovin, she was resting on her side. Her hair survived, her skin survived, even her fingernails were still attached. Stovin wrote that the skin stretched like fine dough skin. He also wrote, "I took the skin of one arm from the elbow to the hand, and shaking the bones out, it would have made a fine lady's glove." He actually said muff, but I won't go into that. But who was this woman? The biggest clue was her shoe. Archaeologists now believe it dates back to Roman Britain around 1600 years ago, which means when she died these fields didn't exist. The Isle of Axholme was still dangerous marshland. Still, nobody knows how she ended up here. Was it an accident? A murder? A ritual sacrifice? The peat kept the secret? Most of what remained of her body has now disappeared, lost to the crude archaeological standards of the 18th century, and finally reburied right here in Amcotts churchyard. But to add some more confusion to the picture, the site of where she was buried has now been lost, because this church is actually a replacement. Today, the only thing that survives is her shoe, preserved at the Spalding Gentlemen's Society Museum in Lincolnshire. Large-scale peat cutting and production has now ended on the Isle of Axholme, but this whole chapter in history has got me thinking, has this fantastic landscape given up all of its secrets just yet?